There comes a moment in every man's life when he quietly, irrevocably changes. Maybe it's heartbreak, maybe it's betrayal, maybe it's those silent, sleepless nights where every memory loops until you're forced to ask, who am I without? Let me tell you, the man who emerges from that fire is not the man she remembers, and that scares her more than anything. You see, she thought she had you all figured out, your buttons, your routines, your soft spots. She thought if she left, you'd wait. If she came back, you'd fold. And once upon a time, maybe that was true. There was a version of you who over-explained, who overgave, who spent nights praying for a text, aching for closure, believing love was something you had to earn by fleeting. But that man is gone because in the silence, in the heartbreak, you stopped chasing her and started finding yourself. 1. You no longer react. You've become her mystery. She used to be able to control your emotions with a single message. A vague story post, you'd spiral. A late night, hope you're okay, you'd double text. Then overthink for days. She loved knowing she could still make you flinch even from a distance, but now she tests you and nothing happens. You don't unfollow, you don't block, you just don't react. You sit in a peace so silent it feels dangerous because you learned every reaction gave her power. Every overthink cost you your peace. Now your silence says more than 1,000 words ever could. She scrolls, she posts, she waits, hoping for a signal you still care. Instead, she gets the most deafening answer of all. Nothing. 2. You don't explain yourself, you just exist. There was a time when you'd over-explain, thinking that if she just understood, she'd come back. You wanted to be understood so badly. You handed her the script to your soul, but you realized the people who need to leave will never be satisfied by your explanations, and those who deserve you don't need one. Now you speak less, move differently, and let your energy do the talking. You don't justify the silence. You don't clarify your distance. You stopped performing for someone who left the show. And here's the twist. She hates not knowing. The less you explain, the more she obsesses. She replays every word, every silence, searching for a hidden meaning that just isn't there. You learned. True power isn't in what you say. It's in what you withhold and murder for us. Your focus is dangerous, and she feels it. Back then, she was your sun, and you revolved around her. Every decision, every mood, every dream shaped by her presence or her absence. But in the quiet, you took all that energy and aimed it inward. You built something for yourself, goals, discipline, a new standard. You're no longer the guy refreshing your DMs or chasing validation. Now, when you walk into a room, your focus is palpable. It isn't loud, it's intense. The kind of energy that makes people pay attention even when you say nothing. She notices. She might not admit it, but she feels it. You're not flexing for her, not trying to get her back. You're building so that nobody, not even her, ever has that kind of power over you again. And to her, that's terrifying, because she's on the outside looking in, realizing she's no longer part of your world. 4. Your eyes are cold, and she can't handle it. She used to see everything in your eyes, your hope, your pain, your longing. You looked at her like she was everything, but that fire is gone. Now your eyes are calm, cold, unreadable. You see her, but she's no longer the answer to anything. She searches for the spark, the crack in your armor, something to tell her she still matters, but there's nothing. Not numbness, discipline. You taught yourself to stop searching for meaning in someone who left you with questions. You learned to let your silence speak. And she can't stand it, because now she's the one left wondering. 5. You command the room without effort. Once, you entered rooms quietly, hoping to be seen. Now, you enter and the room shifts, because your presence demands respect. You're not showy, you're not loud, you just are. Self-respect, discipline, and quiet confidence. They speak for themselves. She remembers a boy who needed validation. Now she sees a man who validates himself. That kind of power, it isn't a performance, it's real, and it's untouchable. Izan, you don't need closure, you became it. You used to lie awake, replaying every conversation, wishing for one more chance to explain, to fix, to understand. But you learned. Some chapters aren't meant to end neatly. Some questions don't have answers. Peace comes not from what she says, but from what you choose. You stopped asking for closure. You gave it to yourself. She expected you to chase, to need, to ache. Instead, you let go, and now she's the one without closure. She's left with her questions, and you're done explaining, done chasing, done waiting. 7. She's no longer irreplaceable, and she knows it. She once believed she was the one, the prize, the only one who could ever matter. But now, without fanfare, you've outgrown that. Fantasy. You stopped clinging to someone who let go. You surrounded yourself with peace, ambition, and options. She's no longer the standard. Now, she's just one of many watching from a distance, hoping she still stands out. That insecurity, it's new for her, and it cuts deep. But you never look back. You're already gone. You used to leave the door open, hoping she might return. Not anymore. You don't check her stories. You don't scan for her name in mutuals. You don't need the past to haunt your future. The door isn't just closed, it's locked. She can feel it. You're gone and you're never coming back. 9. You're a mystery now, and that haunts her. You were once an open book, easy to read, easy to predict. Now you've become the plot twist she never saw coming. Your energy is quiet, your mind unreadable. You say less, reveal less, and move differently. You're unavailable, by choice. She checks for signs, she overthinks. She looks for cracks, but you're calm, disciplined, unreachable. And that mystery, say it'll haunt her longer than any words ever could. May, you outgrew her, and yourself. She left expecting you'd wait, hoping you'd freeze in time. Instead, you rose. You leveled up, not out of spite, but because you had to. Growth isn't just about getting better. It's about becoming unreachable to the ones who once took you for granted. You're not the same man she left. You're the man she'll never get back. And that realization, that's what keeps her up at night. The close call to action and reflection. If you've ever felt broken, lost, or stuck, let this be your sign. You don't need to chase closure. You don't need to be the man she remembers. Become the man nobody saw coming. The one who rises in silence, who evolves in pain, who commands respect, not by force but by presence. If you're ready to become unreachable, not out of bitterness, but out of growth, smash that like button, hit subscribe, and comment below. She feared the man I became, because in the end your transformation is the one thing she'll never recover from. Stay cold, stay clear, stay untouchable.